when I was just 3. Didn't leave much from Mom and me, except this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him, 'cause he ran and hid, but the meanest thing my dad ever did, before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke. I got a lot of laughs from a lot of folk. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd turn red. Some guy would laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town trying to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and the stars. If I ever reached the honky-tonks and bars, I killed that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July. I just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew at an old saloon on a street of mud. There's a table dealing stud. Saw that dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that old snake was my own sweet dad, from the worn out picture that my mother had. I knew the scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old. And I looked at him and my blood ran cold. I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." That's what I told him. Well, I hit him so hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. Then I busted a chair right across his teeth, and he crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and the gouging and the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell you, I fought tougher, man, but I really don't know when. He kicked like a mule and he built like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss. He reached for his gun, but I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw a smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough. The man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. I knew I'd have to give you a name, and I said goodbye. And I knew that you'd have to be tough or die. It's a name that helped you and made you to be strong. He said, "Now you just fought a heck of a fight. I know you hate me and you've got the right to kill me now. I wouldn't blame you if you do. You ought to thank me before you die for the gravel in your gut and the spit in your eye. 'Cause the SOB that named you Sue, that's me. What could I do? What could I do? Tell me, what could I do?" Well, I got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him Paul and he called me son. Come away with a different point of view. I think about him every now and then. Every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, if I ever have a boy, I'll name him Frank, George, Bill, Tom, Jim, Marty, Alfred, Buford, Max, RC, JD, DJ, Phil, Sam, Terry, Alex, Ryan, Rick, Christopher, any name except Sue.